Hi, welcome to Suspended in Thought. So, next week, my 40th birthday is coming up, and I've found myself wanting to celebrate it with everyone I love. Everyone who's ever mattered, everyone who's helped shape me, everyone who's been a part of my life. And that's when I realized I can't. Because all the people I love don't exist in one place. My life doesn't exist in one place, and neither do I. And being an immigrant, I'm always grappling with the idea of home. Because even after more than a decade of being here in Australia, I don't fully feel from here. And I don't fully feel from Pakistan anymore either. So, where do people like me belong? Is there a space in between? I think part of all of it comes from not growing up here. I don't have the shared memories, the jokes, experiences. And it leaves me just wondering, when does a place stop being somewhere you live and becomes somewhere you belong? And yet, my husband is here, my daughter is here, my friends are here, my life is here, my work is here. And when I'm away from Australia, my everyday life pauses, which makes me question, does this mean this is home or simply where my life is? And then I go back to Pakistan, and that feels different too. Because Pakistan is home, or at least some part of it still is. And I don't think we talk about it enough, how disorienting traveling back to a place which is home can be when you actually have no active parts left there. A place where everything feels like a past tense. And I think that's because when we're away, we freeze things in memory. The people, the places, the relationships, they remain where we left them. But life doesn't. It continues. And it's hard sometimes to return and realize that while you've been away, their lives have continued. Just as the people there haven't known the person I've become here, I don't know the people they've become either. My absence has a mark, and so does theirs, because neither of us stood still. And sometimes I wonder whether I even have a right to feel this way, because I chose this life. I chose to start over, and I wouldn't undo that choice. And yet, there's always that underlying sadness or incompleteness. And I think about home even more since being a parent, because my daughter and I are standing on opposite sides of the same journey or story. She may be more Australian than I ever will be. Her point of reference for home will be different to mine, just as mine is different to hers. And we may never be able to fully tap into each other's. And interestingly, when I leave Australia, I say I'm going home to Pakistan. And when I leave Pakistan, I say I'm going home to Australia. And both are true. And language no longer seems to capture the essence of what's transpired. And when I first arrive, I notice the distance. But then I reconnect with someone I love. We talk, we laugh, sometimes cry. We get to know each other again as the people we've become. And somehow, our shared history comes alive again. And we're no longer catching up. We're part of each other's lives, present again. And almost immediately, I feel anchored, grounded, and most importantly, at home again. And maybe that's what home is, a feeling of safety, of nurture, of love, a place where something in us can rest. And when I think of it that way, I realize I felt at home in definitely more than a couple of places. In Australia, in Pakistan, in England, in Thailand, in Sri Lanka. Not because those places all belong to me, but because somewhere within them, I found people who have been home to me. And maybe that's what my 40th birthday has really been about. Because what I really want it isn't simply to celebrate it. I want all the people I've ever loved, the people who have been home to me, to exist together, even if only for a moment, so that just once I could feel entirely at home. And so I find myself returning to the same questions. Where is home? What is home? And does it have to be just one? Does it have to be a place? Let me know what you think. And I hope you have fun being suspended in thought.